You know, it's always a privilege to be able to take these vacations, but man, as you know, they're a lot of work. Stan works super hard, working a lot of extra overtime to help provide this one vacation. We only take one vacation a year, but we do find that taking the time, the money, the effort to make these vacations happen is so important for our family. Y'all know, these are the things that the kids and the grandkids are going to remember forever. They're not going to remember the toys and the gifts that we've given them, but they're certainly going to remember all of the highlight memories from each of these family vacations, and that just makes me so excited. I'm so thankful that we are able to make these things happen yearly. I'm so thankful that our family unit is growing and that we are close and that we enjoy spending time together and making these memories together. It's really priceless. Our sweet Isabelle. Y'all, she keeps us on our toes, never knowing what the day may hold. And that even means on our very anticipated annual beach vacation. I know you can't see or hear her laughing, but I promise you, y'all, she's giggling and having the best time being tossed around by the waves. If you know Izzy, you know that she absolutely loves the water, and it is so good for her to be in the water. And look, to see her smiles and giggles, it was very much welcomed and very much needed. You see, so logically, we know that we can't have any expectations with her. Her challenges put her with really high highs and really low lows. And let me tell you, they change in the blink of an eye. So quick, so unexpected. And unfortunately, literally, I think it was a day before we left for this trip, Isabelle dipped into a low after being on cloud nine for a couple weeks. She was hitting her face, even with her braces on her arms. She was popping her hips a lot more, sleeping a lot, and not eating. And look, y'all, please refrain. I don't need suggestions as to what is possibly going on with her. We know that this is just the name of the game, and I'm most certain that she had ulcers in the back of her mouth because I could feel them. And it just puts her in an extreme funk. And this is just kind of what happened. So none of these behaviors were necessarily new or shocking. Her genetic makeup explains why she goes from one extreme to another. But y'all, even in knowing this, even after all the testings, even after parenting her for 8 years, it still never gets easier when these lows rear their ugly head. Not rear their ugly head. I don't know. You know what I'm getting at. And that funk lasted about 3 days into our vacation. And then she started perking up slowly and kind of coming out of it. So I am thankful that it didn't last all week. You know, I shared on Facebook that it's so interesting the flood of emotions and thoughts I have when parenting her through these hard times. 1 minute, I'm like, Lord, use these moments to refine me and teach me. And then literally the next minute, I just want to cuss Isabelle out. And then I want to cuss myself out for wanting to cuss her out. Now, please know, I don't actually cuss her out. Okay. I'm just like sharing my raw feelings with her. It's just quite a roller coaster ride. Okay. But Stan and I work really well together as a team. We knew that forcing her to go out so that we could all be together just for the sake of we're all together was really stressful, and it just wasn't worth the effort that we were putting in. So Stan loves going to the beach and doing all the fun things, but he certainly is very content just hanging out in the condo, doing some research on his laptop. So he was content staying in the condo with Isabelle while I went and kind of did my things. And we just made the best of a really hard situation. The weather was absolutely perfect. We stayed out on the balcony a lot of the time. There was a cool breeze, morning, noon, and night. Our grandkids, they loved it. They loved the beach. Every single one of them was so content out on the beach, whether they were in the ocean or playing in the sand. Mika, Ella, and Brantley, they loved getting on their boogie boards and riding the waves. And y'all know, Mika Ella loves the water. I'm just convinced that she's a little mermaid. Whether she's snorkeling for seashells or getting tumped over by the crashing waves. I mean, she loves all of it. And so, she's just easy peasy. And y'all, Michaela is officially a teenager. She turned 13 while we were at the beach. Her and my oldest son, Addison, they share the same birthday. So Addison just turned 25 and Michaela is 13. It's just crazy. And I'm sure y'all saw our cutie pie twins, Adeline and Hollis, and then big sister Elise. They all did great at the beach too. They really just loved all aspects of it for the most part. But I will tell you, it is wild with that many small kids. There's lots of activity, lots of jibber jabbering, and certainly lots of laughs. I was thinking, so my youngest biological child, which is Jackson, he's 15 and a half. So, it's been quite a number of years since I've had a talkative toddler around my house because, Mika and Isabelle are both nonverbal. So once those grandkids came along, I completely forgot how precious their little voices are, but also, wow, they can talk a lot and they can ask a lot of questions. But we had the best time with them. So Rainey and I worked really hard at the scheduling of all the things while on vacation so that it better suits her and Addison, managing 4 kids, 5 and under. She was really trying to be intentional with not overwhelming herself, but still doing a lot of the fun things. So one of the things that she did, she was obviously very insistent on making sure that all 4 of the kids took a daily nap, which helped a ton. Something else that we did is we combined activities such as like going down and we grilled burgers in one of the common areas at the condo. And we paired that with playing cornhole and playing a little tennis or pickleball. And that really worked wonderfully well. And we had the best time. And it was something a little bit different than what we've always done. So I thought that worked really well. And then, of course, after the kids went to bed at night, they were all in bed by 8 o'clock for the most part. Us adults would play games together. We have 2 games that we really love to play together. They're pretty simple, but it's always a lot of fun. Even if you're not a huge gaming person, these games are pretty fun, and it always ends with good old belly laughs. If you're going on vacation with several families, something that has worked really well for us is that each day we designate 2 people to be on all-day kitchen and trash duty. So that means breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are the ones cleaning up the kitchen, taking out the trash, things like that. That has worked really well for us, as well as putting the older kids to work, helping with cooking the meals. So Andrea and Grayson, y'all know that they just got married almost a month ago. And they both love to cook together. So they paired up and they made us, I think, 3 meals that week, 2 or 3 meals, I can't remember, which was wonderful and so helpful. We ordered takeout one evening after our family beach pictures, which, by the way, the family beach pictures turned out amazing. But this was the first year that we did this, and let me tell you, it was awesome. So typically, we go out to eat right after our family pictures. But y'all, as you can imagine, if you've ever done it before, it's stressful because the sun doesn't start going down till after 7. So we've got some hangry kids, we've got some hangry adults, and pictures are typically challenging with so many little ones. And again, everyone's just kind of getting crabby. So we decided to skip going out to eat. And we ordered from a place that we like. It's called the Shrimp Basket. And it was delivered to our condo as soon as we finished pictures. Like, we met the lady as we were walking up. And it was wonderful. It was a genius idea. It was so relaxing. And we will definitely be doing that from here on out. But, I found that tweaking some of these small details really helped our family vacation run a lot more smoothly and less stress for sure. And I think Rainey would absolutely agree with that. clearly a wonderful week. It was very much needed. We had a wonderful time, even with the ups and downs with Isabelle. We made the most of it. We did have some severely frustrating moments with her, but that's okay. We got through it just like we do every other time, and it won't slow us down on the next vacation. I feel like we learned something new that we can take away and implement it on our next vacation, or implement it in future moments of challenging times with her, or whatever the case may be. But it was a wonderful vacation. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this vlog. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I will definitely see you on the next vlog. Bye.